I don't even know if you can say it, but is anyone gonna die in season 9? That's coming up a lot.
Yes.
It's not me, is it? It's not. Will we ever see Lloyd's classmates again?
Oh, yeah. What was their names? What was their names?
The boarding school.
You know, here's a bit of interesting information. There is a secret document called the Ninjago canon. It has all the characters, all the behind-the-scenes logic. All that is documented, and it's super secret. And we are only a few who have it because it keeps getting redone and re-expanded. So, but those guys would definitely be in that one. And one is called Brad, I think.
Yeah,
he's the bully.
Yep.
I think there was actually one called Tommy. I don't think he was ever named on screen.
There's a cop or something called Tommy, or
yeah, yeah.
That's after you, obviously.
Yeah, good cop and bad cop.
Yes.
That's the one that Hageman's like has the commission saying to, "Oh, shut up, Tommy! I never liked you anyway. Your ideas suck," and then he throws him in the water.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who voices Zane's Falcon?
I don't know. I thought that was you.
No, man. The Falcon, the screeching. No, they've never let me do that.
Oh.
That's a sound effect, obviously, of a bird.
Okay, that's me.
That's pretty good, actually. You ever thought about getting into voiceover? If Chen needed all the elements for his spell, how did it work without water, wind, and time, and all those ones?
Well, here's the thing. He needed all the elements that was mentioned on that page in that spell book.
Okay.
So he'd basically gotten all the right elemental masters to the island. So when we're talking about all the elements, it's all the ones he needed. And also think about wind and water wasn't active at the time. You know, Moro was in the cursed realm. Nia hadn't gotten around to hers yet. So, you know, all the elements were there. The time twins had theirs taken away from them. So, you know, he got the elements that was available at the time.
Whoa, that's deep, man.
I think generally our canon is a lot more tight than people give it credit for. And I know we don't talk about it, everything, like, okay, how does Garmadon and Wu age work?
How does Garmadon and Wu age?
I brought it up myself, didn't I? Again, we will tell the exact truth when we get around to it, but there's definitely something around the balance here. Just to give you a few hints, they fight over the weapons.
Okay.
Garmadon gets cast into the underworld. Wu hides the golden weapons.
Okay.
And then 10 years later, they were young men when that happened. 10 years later.
Yep.
When they've been apart, when the golden weapons haven't been around.
Yes.
They're old men.
They're old.
So
feeble.
Something it plays into that whole balance golden weapons thing.
Do you have a favorite movie?
Oh yes. RoboCop. Best movie in the world.
Are you serious?
It's not the movie that means most to me, but I just think it's the best movie. Original RoboCop is the most entertaining movie in the world.
I played the RoboCop's computer voice in the animated RoboCop series.
You did?
Yeah.
I have that on DVD. I've never watched it.
So really?
Yeah.
When RoboCop speaks, it's one guy. It's a guy named David Soboloff. But when he presses his thing, he goes, "Throwing stars, confetti," or whatever. Like that voice is me. No. Do you have any say on the Ninjago designs?
Yes and no. I mean, the guys are doing such a great job. They don't really need me. What my say is just if something needs to kind of be in a specific way for it to make some sort of logic in the show, I give them some input. But it's really up to their discretion.
Makes sense.
I do some early sketches sometimes, but they are such good designers.
Can Nia breathe underwater?
Nope.
Do you have a favorite Ninjago side character?
Dareth.
Me too.
Yeah, he's
I love
awesome.
Dareth. Who is Wu and Garmadon's mother?
Do they have a mother?
I don't know how else it would have happened.
Well,
how come Wu and Dr. Julian didn't recognize each other back in season 2?
That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
Did they meet in season 2?
I'm sure they had a tea party. If you weren't working on Ninjago, what would you be doing?
Something other than Lego, I think. I've just been doing Ninjago for so long now, since 2009 or something like that.
Maybe you would be a famous sculptor of driftwood.
Hey, That's my retirement plan right there.
Yeah. We ever see any Ninjago specials ever again?
I hope so. I think they're fun to make if the story is right for it, and sometimes you're kind of given your allowance. This is how much you can make this year, and then we kind of figure out what's the best way to do it from year to year.
Are we gonna ever learn about Ultraviolet's backstory?
I think there may be something in a book coming up.
A book?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's a really cool character.
Yeah, I like her.
I really like her.
She's being shipped with coal by some fans now.
Really?
I've seen some.
What do you call it? Viol. A viola.
Coltra.
Why is Ninjago so famous?
Yeah, well, it's great, isn't it?
Yeah. Which ninja could you see most turning to the dark side?
Oh. You know, I think any of them, given the right set of circumstances. I mean, we were in a very fortunate place that we have something here that we control. It's like, this is our world, we can make up rules. So yeah, whatever fits the story.
How many times a day do you think of Vincent Tong?
Did Vincent ask that question?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, well, you see, I have a bald head of hair here, so that's how much I think of Vincent Tong. I pull out a hair every time I think of him.
Who decided to kill off Zane, the Hagemans or you in season 3?
That was also the Hagemans. They come up with some pretty crazy beats. I mean, and then obviously it's we kind of soak it up and say, is this good for children?
Yeah.
And then this is a great way to get introduced to sorrow and death and be dealt with it in a good way, good wholesome way.
Loss of jobs.
Because it's gonna turn out well in the end. Right now we kind of know where we're going. We know there's a horizon to Ninjago. Back in the day we were always writing the last episode.
Right.
So it was just about, okay, how do we cram all these good ideas in there? But now we can kind of plan a little more ahead.
We ever gonna find out about Jay's real mother?
I think we know enough about her. So what we know is she was the master of lightning. She was in season 7. We know his real father is Cliff Gordon, or his biological father. And we know some sort of strange circumstances led to him being left at Ed and Edna's doorstep with the key to his father's mansion. So again, there's stories to be told that we haven't told yet.
Let's address some of the last names, because this is a hot issue. Because honestly, most of y'all don't know what the last names are. Y'all think, they swear by because somebody makes up a last name, they think that that's for sure the last name. Mm-hmm. So I want you to go through the ninja and tell me each of their last names, would you please?
The first one, the easy one, Lloyd Montgomery Garmadon. Okay. And to that, I believe he has his father's first name as his last name. Okay. That is very common in certain cultures. Like my last name is Andreasen, which means son of Andreas. So same thing here. I know some other people disagree, but I believe Garmadon is Garmadon's first name. So then there's Zane.
Yep.
I believe it's fine to call him Zane Julian because
some people say Zane Julian Roberts. That
I have never heard it.
Yeah, I've never. Where's that come from?
Kania, no last names confirmed.
Okay, people will argue Smith, but as you just heard, not confirmed.
Yeah. I will say though, Smith is something that we did call them internally, but it's not in the headcanon. Then we have Cole.
Yep.
No last name.
No last name. For crying out loud, because so many people think it's Brookstone and I don't know, there was other ones too there, but no.
Yeah. And then
told you all.
And then obviously there's Jay, who is Jay Walker after the Walkers, Ed and Edna, but biological son of Jay Gordon, but his name is Jay Walker. Right. I came up with that as a joke. He's a Jay Walker.
I get it. That's actually really funny.
He like stumbles into situations and behaves weirdly.